watching Anime Beast Kun.
Before the video starts, if you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. What's up guys? Previously, we saw Xicor desperately trying to break out of the Z-Sword's dimension, but completely failing. Frieza has also officially departed from Earth. The scene cuts back to Earth. Gohan looks at Goku with deep concern. Dad, are you okay? Please tell me exactly what just happened here. Goku smiles weakly. Don't worry about me, Gohan. I'm fine. I just need a little time to rest and recover my stamina. Vegeta instantly snaps at Goku, absolutely furious. I explicitly warned you, Kakarot. I told you we absolutely should not have allowed Frieza to be resurrected. And now look at what happened. Goku raises a hand defensively. Calm down, Vegeta. I had absolutely no other choice at the time. We'll figure something out, I promise. Vegeta crosses his arms and glares. Well, Kakarot, we're incredibly lucky that Frieza only came here to flex his brand new power and not to actually execute us. But honestly, we have absolutely no idea what Frieza is actually planning, and he explicitly promised that he would return to see us again. Vegeta's expression turns completely grim. And Kakarot, judging by the unfathomable raw power I just witnessed, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind. Absolutely none of us stand a chance against Frieza right now. Goku nods solemnly. To be completely honest, Vegeta, we really lucked out that Frieza decided to leave. After our catastrophic battle against Xicor, we were completely drained. We absolutely could not have fought Frieza at our maximum potential. Goku then looks at Vegeta with absolute determination. That is exactly why you need to get ready, Vegeta. We are going to undergo hyper-intense training, just like Frieza did. Vegeta scoffs. I honestly don't understand you sometimes, Kakarot. How can you possibly be making jokes at a time like this? Before Goku can explain, Gohan interrupts. Dad, Vegeta, both of you need to prioritize resting right now. We can formulate a strategy later. Besides, we are completely running out of time. Just then, Kibito Kai speaks up. It seems you guys have completely forgotten about the Z-Sword. Should I take the Z-Sword back to the Supreme Kai's planet for safekeeping? Vegeta immediately shuts that idea down. Absolutely not, Kibito Kai. I know exactly what needs to be done with the Z-Sword. If you take it back to your planet, there is absolutely no doubt that Xicor's mother, the Western Supreme Kai, will immediately track you down to steal it. Keeping it with you is completely unsafe. Vegeta continues, his tone deadly serious. And there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that the Western Supreme Kai will immediately inform Frieza that Xicor is completely trapped inside the Z-Sword. Goku looks at Vegeta, surprised. Wait, so we just have to carry the Z-Sword around with us for an entire year, Vegeta? Vegeta shakes his head. No, Kakarot. We simply need to hand the Z-Sword over to Capsule Corporation. I'll personally instruct Bulma to set up maximum high-tech security around it. That way, if absolutely anyone attempts to steal the sword, we will be instantly notified. Vegeta walks over and effortlessly lifts the Z-Sword. He looks back at the group. What are you all staring at? We have a catastrophic threat looming over our heads. Rest up and recover your stamina immediately. I'll meet you all at Capsule Corporation. With that, Vegeta blasts off into the sky. Kibito Kai turns to the group. I should take my leave as well. Lord Beerus explicitly instructed me to remain on my planet as much as possible. Goku smiles warmly. Kibito Kai, to be completely honest, if you hadn't shown up with the Z-Sword today, Xicor would have absolutely slaughtered all of us. Kibito Kai smiles back. No, Goku, I simply provided the tool. Knowing you, Goku, you would have absolutely found a way to stop him regardless. Well, I'm heading out. I sincerely hope I can be of assistance to you all again in the future. Kibito Kai instantly teleports away. Gohan turns to Goku. Dad, Broly, let's head to Capsule Corporation too. The scene abruptly shifts to Lord Beerus's planet. Lord Beerus is lounging, completely relaxed. Whis looks at him and asks, My lord, should I retrieve Goku and Vegeta and bring them here? They absolutely need to resume their training to increase their power. Beerus waves his hand dismissively. Absolutely not, Whis. Leave them on Earth for a while. Every single time they come here, they cause catastrophic property damage. They completely ruin the scenery. Just then, Lemo arrives carrying a massive platter of delicious food for Beerus. Lemo politely asks, Lord Beerus, did you perhaps forget to bring our friend Broly back here too? Beerus glares at Lemo. Tell me exactly what kind of food you brought me. And as for Broly, he is absolutely not coming back here until I've had at least 2 solid naps. Lemo sweats nervously. Yes, of course, Lord Beerus. I completely understand. After Lemo leaves, Whis turns back to Beerus. So, my lord, exactly when should I bring the Saiyans back here? Beerus narrows his eyes suspiciously. I've noticed something, Whis. You seem incredibly eager to bring those Saiyans back here. Are you secretly scouting for a brand new god of destruction? Are you actively trying to completely replace me? Whis chuckles elegantly. Oh my lord, you are completely overthinking things. I wouldn't even dream of replacing you. The thought absolutely never crossed my mind. While Whis and Beerus are bantering, the scene cuts back to Earth. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Broly have officially regrouped at Capsule Corporation. Vegeta looks at Goku expectantly. Alright, Kakarot, tell me exactly what brilliant training strategy you've come up with. Goku tilts his head, confused. What training strategy, Vegeta? You were the one who told us to meet up here after we rested. Vegeta completely loses his temper. Kakarot, you complete idiot. You explicitly stated earlier that we were going to undergo hyper-intense training just like Frieza. So what the hell are we waiting for? Let's head to the hyperbolic time chamber right now. We absolutely have no other option. Goku smiles. Vegeta, I absolutely meant what I said, but I wasn't talking about Earth's hyperbolic time chamber. I was talking about training inside the Pyramid of Power that Whis created for us. Vegeta's eyes widen in realization. Oh, right, Kakarot. I completely forgot about the Pyramid of Power's time chamber. And according to Whis' instructions, enough time has officially passed, meaning we are fully authorized to utilize the Pyramid of Power again. Vegeta thinks for a second and asks, wait, Kakarot, when you utilized the Pyramid of Power previously, exactly how long did it take you to completely master Super Saiyan Blue Level 3? Goku taps his chin, trying to remember. Well, as far as I can recall, time completely stops while you're inside the Pyramid of Power. So, according to Whis, the entire process of entering the pyramid, completing the training, and exiting only takes about 3 to 4 hours in real time. Vegeta smirks confidently. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Kakarot. This means you completely mastered Super Saiyan Blue level 3 inches just 3 to 4 hours. So what the hell are we waiting for? Let's head straight to Lord Beerus' planet right now. But then Vegeta frowns, realizing a massive problem. Wait a minute, Kakarot. Since absolutely no one else from Earth is currently on Lord Beerus' planet, who exactly are you going to lock onto with your instant transmission? Whis isn't here to transport us. Goku grins proudly. Actually, Vegeta, I have a confession to make. There was a time when I absolutely could not sense Lord Beerus' divine energy. But I think my raw power has increased so exponentially that I can actually perfectly sense Lord Beerus' divine ki now. Hearing this absolute bombshell, Vegeta is completely paralyzed with shock. What? Are you completely serious, Kakarot? You can actually accurately sense the divine energy of a god of destruction now. Vegeta scoffs, slightly annoyed but impressed. Alright, fine. Use your instant transmission and lock onto Lord Beerus' energy right now. Let's go. Right as they are about to leave, Goten, Trunks, and Piccolo arrive on the scene. Goten and Trunks are incredibly excited and beg to go to Lord Beerus' planet too. But Gohan immediately shuts them down. Absolutely not, Goten and Trunks. You two are staying right here on Earth. Your absolute top priority is guarding the Z-Sword. Vegeta nods. Exactly. Let's go. I've already briefed Piccolo on absolutely every single detail regarding the Z-Sword. Gohan smiles at Piccolo. It's really good to see you, Piccolo. I'll catch up with you soon. Goku closes his eyes, intensely focusing his senses across the cosmos. Suddenly, he opens his eyes. Yes, I found it. I have officially locked onto Lord Beerus' energy signature. Instantly, Vegeta, Gohan, and Broly place their hands on Goku's back. With a familiar pop, Goku utilizes instant transmission, completely vanishing from Earth. In a fraction of a millisecond, they instantly materialize directly on Lord Beerus's planet, right next to where Beerus is peacefully napping. Goku casually waves. "Hey, Lord Beerus, don't worry, we finally made it." Hearing Goku's loud voice, Lord Beerus violently wakes up in absolute shock. What the hell? How is this logically possible? Even Whis is completely stunned to see them materialize out of thin air. Lord Beerus glares at Goku, absolutely bewildered. At this now, Lord Beerus absolutely hates it when Saiyans show up unannounced on his planet. He was just about to settle in for a nice, long nap. As a god of destruction, Beerus is immortal and technically doesn't require sleep or rest. However, as we all know perfectly well, Beerus is basically a giant cat, so naturally, sleeping and lounging are his absolute favorite hobbies. Just as Beerus was getting ready to sleep, Goku instantly materializes right in front of him using instant transmission. Goku casually waves. "Hello, Lord Beerus. Don't worry, we finally made it." Hearing Goku's loud voice, Lord Beerus violently jolts awake. He stares at Goku, completely paralyzed with absolute shock. What the hell? How is this logically possible? This is completely impossible. Even Whis, seeing Goku suddenly appear on the planet, is absolutely stunned. Lord Beerus rubs his eyes. Am I actually having a nightmare? How the hell did Goku get here without Whis? And absolutely no mortal is permitted on a god's planet without my explicit authorization. Not to mention, how did all four of you Saiyans manage to get here? Whis steps forward, analyzing the situation. My lord, it's quite obvious that Goku utilized instant transmission to transport Vegeta, Gohan, and Broly here. However, based on everything I know about Goku's instant transmission, he can absolutely only teleport to a location if he locks onto a specific energy signature. But my lord, as far as I am aware, there is absolutely no one currently on this planet whose energy Goku could possibly sense. So, logically speaking, his arrival here via instant transmission should be fundamentally impossible. Whis smiles knowingly. Furthermore, I strongly suspect I know exactly how Goku managed to pull this off. But, I would very much like to hear the explanation directly from him. Beerus glares at Goku impatiently. Well, what exactly are you waiting for, Goku? Tell us immediately. How the hell did you travel all this way? Goku scratches the back of his head, acting completely nonchalant. Lord Beerus, honestly, you look incredibly stressed out, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's actually quite simple. I just focused, locked onto your specific energy signature from Earth, and used instant transmission to come straight here. Hearing this absolute bombshell, Beerus is completely mind-blown. What kind of sick joke is this? Absolutely no mortal is capable of sensing the divine energy of a god. Whis chimes in, his suspicion confirmed. So my initial hypothesis was absolutely correct, my lord. Although, I must admit, a mortal successfully sensing divine ki is an incredibly unprecedented event. Whis turns to Goku, his expression completely serious. Goku, you must understand. Since the very beginning of my existence, I have absolutely never witnessed a single mortal accurately sense the divine energy of a god. This means, Goku, that you are officially the absolute first mortal in existence to achieve this. And the only logical explanation for this is that your raw power has increased so exponentially that you have completely bridged the gap to divine ki. Goku looks slightly surprised. Wait, really, Whis? Is it actually that big of a deal? Whis nods firmly. Goku, if you're asking for my professional assessment, I would absolutely declare that you have unlocked a massive brand new achievement. This achievement serves as absolute, undeniable proof that you have completely shattered the fundamental limits of a mortal being. Goku grins widely. Wow, really? Did I actually do something that amazing, Whis? Whis smiles warmly. I will simply say this, Goku. Congratulations on ascending to an entirely new height of absolute power. As Whis congratulates Goku, Lord Beerus completely loses his temper. What exactly are you congratulating him for? This is a complete disaster. This means that no matter where I go in the entire universe, this absolute nuisance named Goku is going to constantly follow me. While Beerus complains, Vegeta crosses his arms, thinking to himself with absolute determination, "If you can actually sense the divine energy of a god, Kakarot, then I absolutely guarantee that I will be able to sense it too. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that I will master sensing divine ki very soon." Gohan suddenly interrupts the conversation. "Dad, this planet is definitely amazing, but did you completely forget about Black Frieza?" Goku's eyes widen. "Oh man, you're right. Lord Beerus, Whis, we actually have something incredibly urgent to report regarding Frieza." Beerus groans, completely annoyed. "Now what? What the hell am I supposed to do with information about Frieza?" Goku's expression turns deadly serious. "Lord Beerus, I honestly cannot even begin to describe it. Frieza has become exponentially stronger than before. He actually unlocked a completely brand new, terrifying transformation. He calls it his black form." Beerus scoffs dismissively. "What exactly is the point of Frieza getting a new transformation, Goku? We both know perfectly well that he absolutely cannot stand against your true Ultra Instinct." Goku shakes his head vigorously. "No, Lord Beerus, you don't understand. Frieza's raw power is absolutely off the charts now. To put it into perspective, Frieza is definitively, significantly stronger than Xicor. We are incredibly lucky that Frieza only arrived on Earth after you and Whis had already departed. But the most terrifying part is, Frieza completely humiliated us, but he intentionally chose not to execute us." Beerus's eyes narrow slightly. "So, Goku, you're telling me that Frieza is actually stronger than Xicor?" Vegeta steps forward, his voice completely serious. "Yes, Lord Beerus. Furthermore, we discovered that Frieza is the exact mastermind who explicitly dispatched Xicor to Earth with absolute orders to assassinate us." Whis looks at his staff, projecting a holographic playback of the battle on Earth. "My lord, you absolutely must see this. Goku and Vegeta are entirely correct. Frieza's raw power has multiplied exponentially." Beerus watches the holographic projection of Black Frieza, looking slightly impressed. "I have to admit, Frieza has definitely become significantly more powerful. However, Goku, you know perfectly well that dealing with a nuisance like Frieza is entirely the responsibility of you, Saiyans." Vegeta glares at Beerus. "Frieza explicitly threatened that he would absolutely return to completely execute us. There is no doubt that we are completely out of time." Vegeta turns directly to Whis. "Whis, we absolutely need immediate access to the Pyramid of Power's time chamber. You previously stated that the cooldown period had elapsed, meaning we are fully authorized to enter it again." Whis nods in agreement. "You are entirely correct, Vegeta. The designated cooldown period for the Pyramid of Power has officially expired, rendering it fully accessible once more. And based on my assessment, absolutely everyone present here possesses the required fortitude to survive the hyper-intense environment within the pyramid." Hearing this, Goku turns to Broly excitedly. "Broly, are you ready for this? Because we're all heading straight into the Pyramid of Power together. I can't even begin to describe how incredibly excited I am for this training." Whis taps his staff on the ground. "Then what are we waiting for? Let us proceed directly to the Pyramid of Power." Whis looks over at Beerus. "And my lord, do you have any interest in accompanying us?" Beerus yawns loudly. "I have absolutely zero interest, Whis." Whis bows slightly. "As you wish, my lord." With a swift motion, Whis manifests the glowing entrance to the Pyramid of Power's time chamber from his staff. "All right, Saiyans, follow closely behind me. We have a rather lengthy journey ahead of us within the Pyramid of Power." Without hesitation, Whis, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Broly step directly into the mysterious, glowing portal of the Pyramid of Power. As they walk through the hyper-dimensional corridor, Vegeta glares at Goku. "Kakarot, you should know, you are currently walking alongside a genuine Hakai Shin. My absolute Hakai Shin power will aggressively compel me to undergo the most brutal, relentless training imaginable inside this pyramid." Goku laughs lightly. "Don't sweat it, Vegeta. You'll find out very soon just how incredibly brutal and difficult it actually is to merely survive inside the Pyramid of Power." Vegeta smirks to himself, his pride completely flaring. "Kakarot, you have absolutely no idea what is currently driving me. I am going to endure this brutal training for Trunks, for Bulma, and for my absolute Saiyan pride. I swear to God, I will push myself far beyond my absolute breaking point inside this pyramid. Just as Vegeta is mentally hyping himself up, he suddenly feels a strange, crushing sensation. Gohan stops walking, grunting heavily. What the hell? Why do my legs suddenly feel like lead? The further we walk, the exponentially heavier the gravity is getting. Vegeta realizes Gohan is absolutely right. He is also struggling against the rapidly increasing, crushing gravity. Goku looks back at Vegeta's straining face and smirks. Just by looking at Vegeta's intensely strained face, it was completely obvious that the rapidly multiplying gravity was taking a massive toll on him. Goku looked at Vegeta's struggling expression and smirked. Vegeta, are you doing okay? I think you're finally starting to understand exactly what makes the Pyramid of Power so incredibly brutal. Vegeta gritted his teeth and fired back. No, Kakarot. This gravity is absolutely nothing to me. I'm completely unfazed. Goku chuckled. Well, if that's actually true, Vegeta, then I absolutely guarantee that by the time we reach the absolute center of the pyramid, you'll at least still be standing on your own 2 feet. Vegeta thought to himself in absolute horror. The center of the pyramid? Are you telling me this gravity is going to get even heavier? Sweating profusely, Vegeta asked Whis. Whis, tell me right now, exactly how much longer is it going to take us to actually reach the center of the pyramid? Whis smiled politely. Vegeta, before we even entered the pyramid, I explicitly warned you that we had an incredibly long journey ahead of us. To put it into perspective, we have only been walking for exactly 5 minutes. Therefore, it will take us approximately 1 hour and 25 minutes of continuous walking to finally reach the absolute center. Vegeta completely lost his temper. What kind of sick joke is this? Are you seriously telling me there is absolutely no shortcut to the center, Whis? Whis stopped walking and turned around. The others immediately stopped as well. Vegeta, I actually possess numerous shortcuts. However, I must explicitly warn you. Utilizing a shortcut to reach the center of the Pyramid of Power is incredibly, fatally dangerous. Vegeta glared at him. If that's the case, Whis, then tell me exactly what this fatal danger actually is. Whis nodded. Very well, Vegeta. I will demonstrate the shortcut to the center, and you will witness the absolute danger for yourself. Whis tapped his staff on the ground and commanded, open a shortcut portal directly to the absolute center of the Pyramid of Power. Instantly, a swirling, dimensional portal violently ripped open right in front of them. Whis gestured toward it. Behold, Vegeta. This is a direct shortcut portal to the absolute center of the pyramid. I could have easily opened this portal right outside the pyramid if I wanted to. Vegeta scowled. If you had the ability to do that, Whis, why the hell didn't you just open it from the very beginning? Whis smiled mysteriously. Vegeta, the absolute best way to answer your question is for you to step directly inside the portal and experience it yourself. Without a microsecond of hesitation, Vegeta marched toward the portal, looking back at the others. You guys take your time taking the long way. I'm taking the absolute shortcut straight to the center. Vegeta confidently stepped directly into the portal. But the absolute microsecond Vegeta materialized at the center of the pyramid, the unfathomable, crushing gravity violently slammed him face first directly into the floor. The pressure was so incredibly catastrophic that Vegeta was completely paralyzed, literally unable to even vocalize a single scream. Realizing the absolute danger, Whis instantly utilized his staff to violently yank Vegeta back through the portal before he was completely crushed to death. Whis tapped his staff again. Close the portal. The portal instantly vanished. Whis looked down at the completely incapacitated Vegeta. Well, Vegeta, I believe you have definitively received the answer to your question. You should now completely understand exactly why we did not utilize a shortcut to reach the center. Vegeta, gasping for air, slowly forced himself up. I completely understand now, Whis. We are taking the long, agonizing path to the center so that our bodies can gradually acclimate to the exponentially increasing gravity. The journey itself is an absolute, critical part of the training. Without the gradual acclimation, we would be instantly crushed to death the second we reached the center. Wiz laughed elegantly. I knew with absolute certainty that you would completely grasp the concept after a practical demonstration, Vegeta. With the lesson learned, the group resumed their grueling, agonizing trek toward the center of the pyramid. As they struggled forward, Goku nudged Vegeta. You have to admit, Vegeta, the way Whis, the absolute smartest being in the universe, teaches a lesson is incredibly unique. Vegeta glared at him furiously. Kakarot, answer me right now. Are you completely mocking me? Goku laughed nervously. No, Vegeta, I absolutely wasn't. I was being completely serious. Whis interrupted their bickering. Brace yourselves, everyone. The gravity is about to increase exponentially once again. And once we officially reach the absolute center, I will brief you on the highly specific, crucial details regarding the Pyramid of Power. The four Saiyans gritted their teeth and pushed forward, completely determined to reach the center. The scene then violently shifts to a completely different timeline. We see Bardock, Goku's father, standing on planet Vegeta deep within the ancient past. Bardock is currently saying his absolute final goodbyes to the ancient inhabitants of the planet. Bardock looks at them proudly. My time here is officially over. I absolutely must depart now to reunite with my son, Kakarot, in the future. And I am absolutely certain that after I leave, all of you possess the strength to completely protect yourselves and this world. One of the ancient inhabitants steps forward, deeply emotional. Bardock, you have taught us absolutely everything. Your incredible legacy will absolutely live on in our hearts forever. We are incredibly honored to know that we are the direct ancestors of a warrior race as powerful as yours. Bardock smiles. I honestly never imagined that I would actually meet my own ancient ancestors. But I am absolutely certain that over the course of millions of years, your descendants will slowly evolve into the mighty Saiyan race and the very planet we are standing on right now. I know for an absolute fact that in the future, it will be officially named Planet Vegeta. The future cannot be altered. Bardock's expression turns completely serious. As for Frieza's ancestor, Chilled, I have officially completely defeated him. But you absolutely must remember, I merely defeated Frieza's ancestor. That absolute fact solidifies that Frieza will inevitably exist in the future. And because I utterly crushed Chill today, the legend of the Super Saiyan will be passed down, ensuring that Frieza lives his entire life in absolute, paralyzing terror of the Super Saiyan. Having delivered his final message, Bardock turns toward the cosmos. And now, I am officially traveling into the future to finally reunite with my son, Kakarot. I am absolutely certain that Kakarot has completely eradicated Frieza by now. The ancient inhabitants wave goodbye as Bardock begins to charge a highly unique, specialized energy attack in his hand. Bardock focuses intensely. This is the exact same energy phenomenon I utilized while battling Frieza in the future. The sheer, catastrophic kinetic force of that specific explosion is exactly what violently hurled me deep into the past. But now, this unique energy resides completely within my control. Nature itself has bestowed upon me the absolute power to tear through the fabric of time. This power dragged me into the past, and now, it will propel me directly into the future. With a deafening roar, Bardock violently thrusts the concentrated energy attack directly forward. A massive, dimension-shattering explosion violently rips open the very fabric of space and time, creating a swirling, unstable time portal right in front of him. Bardock stares into the vortex. This is the exact same dimensional tear I fell through. It brought me here, and now it will take me back. Bardock boldly steps toward the swirling portal. My son, Kakarot, I am finally coming to see you. The absolute microsecond Bardock steps into the time rift, the portal violently snaps shut behind him. The scene violently cuts back to Lord Beerus's planet, directly inside the Pyramid of Power's time chamber. The group has finally, officially reached the absolute center of the pyramid. First, we see Whis. Despite standing in the absolute center, Whis is completely and entirely unaffected. He stands perfectly straight, showing absolutely zero signs of strain from the catastrophic gravity. Next, the camera pans to Broly. Broly is absolutely struggling. He is barely managing to remain standing on his own 2 feet. Every single vein in his body is violently bulging from the sheer, unfathomable pressure. Then, we see Goku. Similar to Broly, Goku is utilizing absolutely every ounce of his power just to remain standing. We all remember that the very first time Goku reached the center of the pyramid, the gravity completely crushed him, forcing him to literally crawl on the ground. But because Goku's raw power has increased so exponentially since then, he is now actually capable of standing. Finally, the camera pans to Vegeta and Gohan. Both Vegeta and Gohan are roughly 10 excruciating steps away from the absolute center line. The catastrophic gravity has completely overpowered them. Both Vegeta and Gohan are literally violently dragging themselves across the floor, crawling on their hands and knees. They are completely neck and neck in an agonizing crawl. Vegeta glares at Gohan, straining with absolutely everything he has. Gohan, I don't care how hard you push yourself. I absolutely guarantee that I will cross that center line before you do. Gohan grits his teeth, fiercely competitive. Absolutely not, Vegeta. I am going to reach the center first. Look, the finish line is right there, and I am going to touch it before you. Vegeta snarls, dragging himself forward. Keep dreaming, Gohan. I will absolutely claim the victory and touch that line first. An absolutely intense, grueling crawling race breaks out between Vegeta and Gohan. Watching the agonizing competition, Whis smiles. I'm willing to bet that Vegeta will ultimately emerge victorious. Goku shakes his head, watching intently. No way, Whis. I am absolutely confident that Gohan is going to win this. As Goku and Whis debate the outcome, Vegeta and Gohan simultaneously lunge forward and touch the absolute center line at the exact same microsecond. It's a dead tie! Whis claps politely. Excellent effort, Gohan and Vegeta. However, the time for games is officially over. I need both of you to stand up on your own 2 feet immediately. Vegeta and Gohan groan in absolute agony as they desperately attempt to force themselves up. But the sheer, unfathomable gravity is absolutely catastrophic. No matter how hard they struggle, neither of them can successfully stand up. Whis watches them struggle and his tone turns completely serious. Vegeta, Gohan, listen to me very carefully. If you two absolutely cannot force yourselves to stand up right now, I will be completely forced to open a portal and violently eject you from the Pyramid of Power immediately. Hearing this absolute ultimatum, Goku chimes in. I remember my first time reaching the center perfectly. I actually managed to stand up relatively quickly. But that was specifically because my raw power was significantly higher than both of yours combined at the time. Vegeta violently pushes himself off the floor, glaring at Goku. Yes, Kakarot, you are absolutely correct. You were actively utilizing the absolute power of true Ultra Instinct at the time. You were undeniably stronger than me. Fueled by pure, unadulterated Saiyan pride, Vegeta violently forces himself upward. Right beside him, Gohan unleashes a furious roar, pushing his limits to the absolute maximum. After an incredibly agonizing, brutal struggle, both Vegeta and Gohan finally manage to stand completely upright on their own 2 feet. Whis smiles, visibly impressed. Outstanding work, Gohan and Vegeta. You have both successfully completely fulfilled the absolute primary prerequisite of the Pyramid of Power's center. And now, I will officially explain exactly what your ultimate training regimen will entail. Whis taps his staff, preparing to brief the Saiyans. Alright guys, in this part we saw that Goku, Vegeta, Gohan and Broly have gone to train with Whis, while Xicor is still locked away. But trust me, the real madness is just getting started, and the next part is going to be even more insane. So if you don't want to miss what happens next, make sure to subscribe to the channel and keep supporting like this. Your support means everything guys. Till then, bye bye and peace out guys.